Good evening. This is Mike Gray. Um, this is my assignment for the video forum. How y'all doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're going to have a good Memorial Day weekend. My partner is Mark, and our topic that we have is spectator and player violence. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about spectator violence, and Mark will do his presentation over player violence. He's going to cover his from how a player becomes violent when they abuse alcohol, drugs, performance enhancing supplements, things like that. So let's talk about spectator violence. Let's look at what it says. Spectator violence, exactly what it is. When you go to a sporting event, you're a spectator, and sometimes you commit violence if you're a certain person. Anyway, the first case I want to talk about is Monica Seles. She was a very famous tennis player back in the early 90s. A spectator decided one day in I think it was about 1993, that they were going to stab her, and she got stabbed. She got hurt bad. This is the first example. I mean, why do spectators become violent? Okay, the research I looked at stated there's numerous reasons. It can be mental problems that they're having, and it's basically common sense, I think, that in the United States today we have a real problem helping people that have, mental sicknesses. So that's one reason. Also, it can be from a person that is under the influence of alcohol and drugs. It can be a person that has recently gone through a divorce, lost somebody in their life, things of that. It can be a person that, simply wants to be the athlete, and finally obsession over the athlete. It's happened many times in history. Somebody becomes so obsessed that they're willing to cause bodily harm to someone. Now, the next example I want to give you, we all remember hearing about Nancy Kerrigan, very famous Olympic skater. The year that she went to the Olympics, she was, basically everybody said, oh, she's going to win the gold. Well, she was practicing one day, and she was coming off the ice, and a guy hit her in the knee with a pipe. Okay, he did this because Tanya Harding arranged it. She was another Olympic ice skater that was going to be competing against Nancy Kerrigan, and she wanted to win. So here, somebody wanted to win, so that's why they did it. Last thing I want to talk about is Hollywood's take on it. Early 90s, there was a film that came out called The Fan, and it had Wesley Snipes in it, Robert De Niro, and it was about the San Francisco Giants baseball organization. And Wesley Snipes' character played for the Giants, and Robert De Niro was a spectator that was getting ready to lose his job, was going through a divorce, wasn't spending time with his kids, and ended up stalking Wesley Snipes' character. He'd stalk him, take pictures of him, he went threatening his family, things of that nature, okay? Now, I want to throw this in because it's kind of along the same lines. It doesn't involve a sport. But in the 80s, we all remember when President Reagan had an attempt on his life. The man that did it was obsessing with Jodie Foster. He wanted to get this, actress's attention. He thought she would fall madly in love with him. Well, that didn't happen. So, this is what I was telling you about spectator violence. It does happen. We haven't heard anything lately in the news about it, but it has happened in the past. Mark will, in his video, like I said earlier, in mine, he'll talk about, the aspect of player violence from abuse of alcohol, drugs, and, performance enhancing things. thank you. I hope you have a good night, blessed night, and stay dry this weekend.